Good morning, Epic 7, and happy Mola Monday, and what a happy Mola Monday it is. We were informed of a new system called the Awakening Potential system last week, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty devastated about it. It's the exact kind of weaponized monetization in a system that made my entire guild quit the last gacha game that we were playing, and all 30 of us move at once to Epic 7 and never look back. We've seen this kind of thing kill multiple games before. It's basically 7-star. I mean, it's knocking on the door 7-star. It was so aggressive as to be considered a cease and desist order for free-to-play, and if you weren't a whale, you just didn't get to play this game competitively. I mean, you could be a responsible spender, a dolphin, and you'd still be fooling yourselves. But this morning we woke up to additional announcements about this system, and we'll go over those now. We would like to extend our sincere apologies for any inconvenience and confusion stemming from the recent Awaken Potential Update preview. We have been closely monitoring your feedback through various channels and would like to address some of the concerns and provide additional details regarding the upcoming Awakening Potential Update preview. We have received feedback from many of our heirs regarding the implementation of the Awakening Potential system on newly released heroes. We acknowledge that this decision was made hastily without taking into account the potential pressures that it might place on our heirs. Thus, we will focus more on implementing Awakening Potential on existing heroes instead of new heroes, regardless of their starting grade. We have also received feedback about the potential risks associated with an overly expansive growth range due to Awakening Potential. Concerns about creating an imbalance between heroes with the Awakening Potential system and those without, as well as how memory imprint levels impact game balance, are valid. We take your feedback seriously and are committed to minimizing any potential balance issues arising from Awakening Potential's growth range. We will reevaluate and rebalance the stats of the 4 heroes set to receive the Awakening Potential, including Crow. We recognize the need for a more structured feedback process and are actively working to enhance it. We are thoroughly reviewing the feedback you've provided, including your suggestions for improvement after the Awakening Potential update. We are committed to consistently reviewing and implementing improvements to alleviate the challenges and pressures associated with hero growth. This entails considering various aspects, including disparities amongst heirs, new, returning, and existing players, introducing new methods to acquire memory shards with added convenience functions, refining the direction for balancing targets, and improving heirs' selection process for Awakening Potential. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience and concerns our heirs have faced. We are dedicated to listening to your feedback and making Epic 7 an even better experience for all. Thank you. So, what this means is that new heroes will not have the Awakening Potential system. Now, there is concern that the imprint system still exists, but you can relax about that because the imprint system gaining new skills was tied to the Awakening Potential system. You needed to get to the 3rd awakening to unlock the imprint system. So, by removing the Awakening Potential system from new heroes, they have also removed the imprint system. So this is fantastic news. What this means is that new heroes will not receive the Awakening Potential system. That'll only be applied to older heroes and heroes who need the balance adjustment. It's still a very heavily monetized system, but they're being more responsible about it. They're reevaluating the stat bonuses, so probably we aren't going to see those 500 gear score Crows we were all worried about. And they're talking about implementing new ways to acquire shards to make the process of maxing out your heroes a little bit less cost prohibitive. I really hate that it takes something to the level of China review bombing the game to get them to step up and make changes like this. I'm glad to see that they're addressing that they don't really have the best feedback structure and that they're working on ways to enhance that. I hope that's the case. I hope that in the future they're able to listen to and respond to the community when outrageous things like this come up without having to resort to review bombs to have meaningful and effective changes. Now, there is one thing that is mildly concerning. Maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill here, but the English post and the Korean post have a slightly different wording when it comes to new heroes. The English post says, and I quote, "We will focus more on implementing awakening potential on existing heroes instead of new heroes, regardless of their starting grade." We will focus more on old heroes than new heroes is kind of loose language. It has the implication that this could still be applied to new heroes. It won't be the major focus, but it could happen. The Korean post, however, I don't speak Korean, but I've run this through 4 different Korean to English translations, and I had a native Korean speaker read it himself, and he said it's pretty emphatic that it says we will not proceed with awakening potential on new heroes. I can't imagine that Smilegate would have a post in Korean saying they're not going to do it, and a post in English saying, we might do it, but probably not going to be the focus. I think it's just a translation error, and they're not going to do it. Now, that doesn't mean they won't change their mind down the road. That doesn't mean that this won't eventually happen. We can only hope that they don't. What's important now, though, is that saner minds have prevailed. This is really, really good news for the community and for the longevity of the game, because I gotta tell you, I've been in a bad state for the past couple days over this. I've legit been concerned about Epic 7 and my place in it. I felt that this was a cancer that would kill the game off in a matter of years, months, if a competitive game released. Some people think we were overreacting. Some people thought that, hey, this isn't such a big deal. They surely learned their lesson after the summer event, but I tell you, they messed with imprints and outer planes, and it was a disaster. The community rioted, and they had to change it. And then 6 months later, they messed with the imprint system for the summer Luluka event, and the community rioted, and they had to change it. And here they are again, messing with the imprint system, and thankfully the community rioted, and they're changing it. Hopefully 3 times the charm, and they get it through their heads that nobody wants imprints to have this profound of an impact on the game. Nobody wants Epic 7 to be this pay to win. I am fine with it being a little bit pay to win. I'm fine with it even being unfriendly to free to play, but I'm not okay with it being hostile to free to play. They're a business, they need to make money, I get it, but new players are the lifeblood of the game, and when a game is so heavily monetized that it states clearly you need to spend a lot of money or you're not allowed to compete in this game, that can't happen. We don't want Epic 7 to become that. So I'm feeling a lot more optimistic about the future of Epic 7 this Monday, and I hope you are too. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments section of the video, and if you want to discuss this further, a link to the Discord will be in the video description. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great one, everybody.